Hello, everyone. How are you today?
Fantastic.
Hello. Thank you for asking.
Nice. Guys, welcome to John Dungeon Master TV, also known as YouTube, also known as not Twitch.
Are you bringing us back to the Justin TV days? Or
Yes.
are we gonna have JohnDM.tv?
JohnTM.tv at kick.com// what was the Facebook one?
Oh, you've become Kick.
Yes.
Wasn't it literally just called Facebook Gaming or something?
I don't know. Guys, it's been one whole week. I feel great. How do you feel, Rube?
I feel fantastic. I've had an interesting day. I had to run in with the law this morning.
Whoa.
Oh my
Did you get
goodness.
arrested?
No, but someone called the cops at my house for a domestic disturbance.
Why?
Oh my.
The cop said that someone reported a woman screaming.
Why were you screaming, Rube?
Why were you screaming, Rube?
I wasn't, but I was taking my girlfriend home when the cops pulled up.
Oh. Unfortunate. Red! Have you had any law enforcement disputes this morning?
I've had a very normal morning where I wake up about 2 p.m. after staying awake irresponsibly late.
Okay. Anything you want to share with us before we move in?
No.
Alright, we can now move in with Red, because he was not paying attention to my words. Hey, Hen, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, John?
I'm great. I've already said that, though. What's new with you?
We had rain. It's raining in California.
That's
Miracle
a first.
every time. I know. And I'm getting a little sicky, but
Oh, no.
I will be okay.
Aw.
It just makes Ozric's voice sound all that better, you
You're
know.
more immersed, honestly. Hey, Nick.
Who?
You, Corin.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing alright. Did you know that I've also had the cops called on me and they said it was a woman's voice screaming? It's because I
What were
made
you
too
doing?
good of a play in League of Legends, unironically.
Really?
I was playing with one of my like housemates in League of Legends, and I made like a really sick, nasty play, and they just started screaming, and so we got the cops called on us for it.
Oh no. Oh.
You all need to control yourselves.
Greg, do you have any fun stories of a cops getting called on you before?
I don't have fun stories, no. No, I don't have internet sharing stories. If you actually are interested in hearing them, but I'm doing okay. I'm a little bummed you didn't come to me first after you said it's been 1 week, because I had the chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, like ready to go when you asked me how I was doing. But now it feels like too much of a callback. But I'm bringing it back because it was in my head, and now I have to like force it upon you. Remember the bare naked ladies.
Oh, I never forget them. Alright, now that we're done with that awkward-ass opening. Guys, what happened last week?
Demon
started
wine
off
time.
I was like get fireballed.
No, that's
I gave
huge-
birth at a church.
Hmm.
I made a promise.
It was really nice, really sacred, really beautiful.
Oh.
Arguably, you're the next Virgin Mary.
We ran
Yeah,
like
everyone
dead-faced
came and
persons.
saw me give birth in an alley, actually.
And then
Yeah.
everybody clapped. Yeah.
Plant Jesus is here with us now. Don't worry.
We ran face
I
first into combat with no recognition of the consequences of our actions.
I figured we had a bard, and I had to one up them by talking my way into the place. Bad move.
Yeah. It's okay, though. Anybody else want to do a part of this recap before I just move us straight into finishing our encounter from last week?
Well, I guess we came to this bar that was illegal, but was where the priest's thug said he was meeting with friends regularly, so we assumed it might be a good place to stake out. We found it very difficult to get into, as there's a big thuggish bouncer that turned Belle away for like the first time in her life. But Pax sweet talked his way in via some kind of disturbance, mind magic that was seen overcoming this thug. They tried to force feed him more demon wine so that we could have more, hilarious birth jokes. But he refused and brandished a holy symbol that we found on the priest's person. Well, not the golden one, but one of the fake ones. To a surprising effect, most of the patrons recoiled and immediately attacked. And then there ensued a ballroom blitz, and a fire Molotov cocktail is coming right towards us, John.
Yeah. I'm trying to find my actively burning soundtrack here. Because we're about to be in a little bit of a fiery territory.
I think we'll be fine.
But you didn't buy me enough time, Greg, goddammit. No.
Do you want me to backtrack to the beginning? I can give a full detailed recap.
I will say earlier in last week's session, some of our characters did talk to the guard captain and promise not to conflagrate the town.
We immediately broke that
big
promise.
word.
No one told Ozric this, by the way. So how was he supposed to know not to cause havoc?
Also, I think conflagrate is a very specific word. I think it was more of don't cause general havoc.
No, that was specifically
fire.
Don't use fire in the town.
I think.
Well, we didn't start it this time.
I know my
Fire's
words read.
We did not
broad
start the
word.
fire. It was always burning.
All right, we have to move on.
Also, we didn't start the fire. Okay.
Well,
I
the
think
fire's
this is
about
really
to get
important,
started,
John.
guys. Regardless, when we last left our characters, when John hit the pause button to do the recap and the reputation, a cask, a great big heavy wooden cask with a flaming rag in the top of it, was hurled over a great group of people. Now, these people, unbeknownst to you all, have not had a lot of water recently. In fact, they've primarily just been drinking whatever has been placed in front of them, mindlessly gorging themselves on a fat, pulpy juice that seems to take away their hunger and thirst. Of course, none of you know that. None of your characters do, but they know it. And as their dull eyes look to our dwarf Thymond, standing here... Oh, Thymond, my beautiful boy. My beautiful, beautiful dwarf friend. You are going to be the first, and I think only person, truly in the firing line. As all these people explode into fire. Good old Thymond. My beautiful man. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. And then we will be jumping to Osric as... I didn't even get to save the DC yet. But it would have been 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 10 it looks like. 10 d6 worth of fire damage is sent your way, which you will suffer half of as you quickly jump to the side of this doorway, getting out of the heavy fiery plume that explodes. The guy who threw this cask, not realizing just how badly he had fucked up by getting so close, also explodes, but I don't think he's in range of anyone to also give the explosive juice effect, no.
The chain reaction, huh?
And then the chain reaction goes off, this guy explodes, nothing's there. Oh, that guy explodes. These two also burst, but are fine. Yeah. I think I need one more d6 for you. Suffer half of 1, which is 1. And then I'm going to delete all these tokens. And by delete, I mean absolutely kill everybody here. Oh, man.
Oh no.
Osric, while I'm hitting a bunch of kill token markers, what are you up to? As you watch fire billow and bloom out. Get it?
I mean, Osric was going... He was going over here. And he was gonna kick open this door. I don't know if the door's still closed after the many explosions that happened inside the building.
Yeah, that's true. I think this door might just be burst off of its hinges.
Yeah.
And billowing fire is coming straight through.
Okay, great. Then I don't stand directly in front of the door. Thank you for
hang on.
moving
Let
me
copy
off
and
to the
paste more fire.
side. Oh man. Golly gee. So Osric does not say golly gee. Golly says, you know, Osric says, oh fuck.
Hold on, let me be more profane real quick.
Yeah. Janelle, I told you not to fucking do it yet. Janelle, you fucking idiot.
Joe Knoll takes the...
Just blaming.
Get it, guys? He takes the heat. I'm so
There's
funny.
also Mookie in there now, Janelle. I can't go in.
There we go. That's enough fire for right now. Osric! You say you can't go in.
Yeah, Osric's not going in. You kidding me?
What do? Stare at the fire?
Well, I pretty much used all my movement to get over here, so...
Okay.
If someone comes running out, I'll hit them. I'll give them a good smack. I'll hold that reaction, but...
No smacking need to occur.
Yeah.
Thyman, what do?
That's a great question. I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Oh, you breathe in the rankest, smoky fumes as you recover 1d10 plus your fighter level worth of hit points.
14.
Of course you would. Delicious. There's a rankness to the air. That smells so sweet.
Then we're gonna walk. We're gonna dash as our action, and then walk a very fine 50 feet to our right to see if there's any like way I can get around this building to see if there's like a second entrance. But I'm a dwarf, so I won't figure that out until a few turns from now, where I can actually get around the building.
Well, that's action, movement, and bonus action, which brings us to Joe Knoll. Joe Knoll, these beautiful flames before you. Oh, they're so crimson and glowing. What do?
Yes, I need to eat them. These flames look delicious.
Yes. You get closer.
I need to eat them, John.
It's true.
So I'm going to use control flames to eat a 5-foot square of flame.
You will indeed. Are these non-magical?
Well, you tell me.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. This is my thinking face for him. Yeah, I guess. These are non-magical flames. They are from a chemical reaction inside. And now I bemoan my fate for grouping these together. There we go. Boop. You snuff out 5 feet of flames, but you are going to quickly realize that this might be a fool's errand, whereas the other flames will spread to the untouched meat and burning material that is this thug. What do?
I mean, that's my action. So I guess I'm chilling here.
You're chilling. Cultist got exploded. That brings us to Belle.
Belle. She is frustrated. There is so much chaos. Belle thinks that our little dwarf friend has a really good point. There was a door way over here. And Belle is, like, concerned that this chaos might spread if we let the people out. And so she decides it is time to don the mantle of inspiration once more. Calling the attention of her comrades, she spins her parasol behind her and using seductive fey magic, does a Mary Poppins impression as her mantle of inspiration. All of my party members, as per usual, will gain 5, I believe it is, temporary HP. But more importantly, you will be able to, as a reaction, move up to your movement immediately. And hopefully this allows us to position in a way where we can contain the chaos. I will trust people to do what they will with that. That is my thing here. That is what I must do. I guess that's my bonus action. I'm gonna move up here and look in these flames. She needs a good first person's view of the chaos.
Yeah.
And there's really not much she can do as she gets here, because everyone's on fire and dead that she can see. So I guess her action is to hold her action, to poke somebody with her spear that is the pointy end of her parasol.
Understood. Okay. That brings us to you, Pax, who looks like you've already moved as part of that reaction.
Yes, sir. I saw that and then looked around and I was like, we're missing somebody, and I ran towards Osric. So on my turn, I see Osric. I kind of like not slap him on the head, but Pax like goes for like slap him on the shoulder, misses, slaps him upside the head, keeps running past.
Like honey and hair on your hand.
Right. And I will go down here looking for any heat, like any guards running towards us, and for any other entrances.
John has not done what he did on the other map, which is put a bunch of, what do we call it, peasants and other NPCs on this big old map here. And honestly, the slums during this day on the Harvest Festival... By the way, guys, it's the 19th of August, also known as the Summer Harvest Festival. This is the day where people get free food, so all the slum dwellers are kind of moseying elsewhere where there's actual celebrations to be had. So it is kind of empty in this town right now. However, you will hear some people, the few who decided to stay home or who just live around here, start to be moseying towards you, but it's only been 6 seconds since the fire first erupted. Some people don't even realize what's happening yet. Got it.
So for my action, Pax is really good at running away and trying to get out of trouble. It's his super ability. So I will use
into trouble.
But to get into trouble, you gotta be able to get out of trouble, right?
Oh, okay, understood.
So Pax will use prestidigitation to like make himself look less bloody and things like that.
Okay.
Trying to make himself look like he just wasn't almost killed and blown up. And
burning
he's gonna
buildings behind you as you take away all the blood on you.
Well, yeah. And I'm going to play lookout for a second before we probably try to skedaddle away from this building.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
10-4. Good, buddy. On the turn, I know it says Osric in the turn order, but there's a guy on the GM layer that I put down as my little fire tracker. The fire will spread. I need a little fire. Back to you. Onto this guy who I missed. Onto this guy who I missed. Onto the tables and the chairs. Onto a door. Creating a little trail of fire. And then, of course, to this wooden door, which opens inwardly. The fire will billow out, going towards the sky, looking for a way of escaping and to burn more oxygen. We love fire, don't we, guys?
Yeah, we love fire.
Yeah. This great big stone warehouse, made again out of stone. Its roof, however, like most of the other ones around you. In fact, I think I can. Well, I can't turn off light, but let me turn off at least one light. Is made out of wood, much like this big old house behind you, and this one as well. Ta-da! Wooden buildings, or rather, wooden roofed buildings. Soon, like the other ones beside you, this entire building's roof is going to catch alight and then fall down. We need some decisive actions this turn, guys. Are we going to run into the flames, seek whatever evidence might be here, or is this going to be a lost cause and you are now impromptu firefighters, is the real question. Also, this guy comes outside because he lives right next to you guys and is like, holy shit! A building's on fire! But that's his turn. Osric, what's going on, man?
Osric, like, watches Pax, like, run past and is like, alright, and then he starts pissing on the fire.
You are an impromptu fireman.
He's not gonna
just
run
going
any
to scald your front as you urinate on the fire. Diamond.
This is not a shave.
We're still trucking to try to get around the building.
Alright. You have now done a 360 around the building, and we'll find out that there were only 2 doors. And
is there no entrance back here?
Nope.
Well, I did my job. I can report that there was in fact no door in the back.
Okay.
Everyone's inside that building.
Drew?
And then I will action to dash, and we'll start walking back.
Okay. I'm going to play out the final turn here, and then we're going to go into narrative pacing, in case anyone wants to do some cool shit. Jonal?
So talk to me about visibility inside this building.
It's not too bad yet. I mean, obviously the fire is in the way, but we're not in the everything's smoky and filled with black toxins yet. There is still some visibility, albeit it's mostly fire right now.
So if there's some visibility, all right. How stupid am I? Oh,
I don't know.
Fire couldn't possibly hurt me, right? I'm like the guy of fire. Surely that means I have resistance to fire, even though I don't.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going in, John.
You're going in?
I'm gonna use Misty Step to try to get myself past the majority of the fire. I think I'm still gonna end up in some fire over here.
Indeed. Let's see where you land.
I can't move my token. Sorry. Was angry at me for trying to pull it through a wall.
You are indeed slightly on fire. You will suffer 1d6 fire damage. Oh, the full 6.
Ouch.
I don't know if you're resistant due to your lineage.
Sadly, that is a higher level feature to do that.
Okay, well, you were shielded by temp health.
Yep.
You
And
see this
I'm gonna
wooden
go.
door.
Yeah, open the door.
Ta-da! You open the door. You will see that the fire has not yet spread to this room. But there are several barrels, glass bottles needing to be refilled. A great big barrel filled with this pulpy, purplish slime wine. And although it is currently concealed by this table here, there appears to be a trap door.
Jesus. Well, huh. Interesting. Yeah, do... See, I have enough movement to get up to the trapdoor here.
Okay.
Can I open it?
You have already used your item interaction. This would be
So it'd be an action. Yep.
Yep. Wow, thanks for DMing for... Now, yeah, you can open it, and you will see that directly down is maybe a 6 to 8 foot drop in a homemade tunnel, and that it then goes westward? Yeah, westward. Universal left on our map here.
And I think I just have the movement to just drop into there.
Okay, then if you do that, you will indeed see a man. Obviously, I do not have a Z-axis for this map, but you have dark vision. In the tunnel, effectively shimmying forward, is a guy in white robes who sees you and is like, oh shit.
Well, that's the end of my turn. That's
Okay. That's great. That brings us to you, Belle. You just watched Joe Nall teleport into fire.
So can I see where he went and stuff? I like most of the thing is black to me, so I'm assuming you're gonna say no.
If you did not see him through your perception,
I could neither see him when he started his turn nor where he ended his turn.
Really?
I saw his arrow move across. Anyway, so all right. So the bell just has to step into the fire and look around, I guess. I do have fire resistance as a tiefling, so I'm going to boldly step into the flames.
Then suffer 3 points of fire damage.
I shall take 3 points of fire damage, having slid into the room and being rather irritated at having to take damage to do this. What do I see? Because my character does not know what Jonal saw.
You will see that most of this room is on fire. Aside from the furnishings, this door is open. The fire has not spread into it at all. Yeah. Other than that, just a bunch of dead bodies actively burning rapidly.
I guess I have to dash, I guess. I don't have any other movement skills, I don't believe. I'm gonna try, I guess, is this the guy underground that's crawling?
Yes. I'm about
okay, so there's nobody there. I'm gonna try to dash in here.
Okay. You dash inside, you see the exact same things that Jonal saw, as well as a somewhat shifted table and an open trapdoor.
So I would have gone 5 feet in and 45 feet there. So I have 10 feet of movement left. Can I get into said trapdoor?
You want to fall on my head?
You would fall on his head, quite simply.
I guess I move to the edge of said trapdoor.
Yeah, you see Jonal down
I don't want to jump on my friend's head. That would be undignified and unladylike. So I will wait until he's out of the way and or circumstances require fast action.
Understood. Pax?
Oh, I don't know where anyone is. So I look at Osric and I yell, Osric, do you see anything in there?
Osric's like still pissing on the door.
And I turn and see Osric pissing on the door. Shit. And I run. I'm gonna dash and head over here looking for Belle, because she's obviously our impromptu leader at this point. Mm-hmm. So 50, 10, and I look around for Belle and I kind of call, like, Jonal, Belle, shit. And I will. That's action, movement. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Jonal, this guy is quite literally just going to continue sprinting down this tunnel. Going 60 feet into the darkness. Whoop. which brings him technically underneath Osric's feet right now. Although, of course, it is, in fact, a secret tunnel. I promised to go out of turn order, but I don't think I should. I think I should just take the people who aren't going to be entering this building actively on fire. If Osric's okay with continually pissing, I will take you out of the turn order.
Yeah, Osric's just gonna try and put the fire out.
Alright.
There is a well, so if I go out of turn order, I'll probably start getting well water.
Simon, what about you?
Yeah, I was actually gonna do the same exact thing of just attempt to get to the well, use my axe to break open the grating over it, which will prevent us from getting the water, and then trying to get water out of the well onto the fire.
Yeah, we will do a little separate scene as I move your characters this way. That brings us to Joe Knoll. Pax, quick question, are you? Alright, cool. That brings us to Joe Knoll, Bell, and the Acolyte who is running.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna run 60 feet after this guy.
Alright.
And then I will use my bonus action to consume 3 sorcery points to restore a second level spell slot.
Understood. Bell, you watch Joe Knoll take off into this small tunnel.
All right. So the guy is 60 feet away from Jonal now. If I drop down in the tunnel and I move forward, can I get within 60 feet of this man rushing down the tunnel?
You will know more once you jump down.
All right, I jump down.
You jump down. That's 12 feet of movement. You have 60 feet of dark vision, yeah?
Yes.
Then you will be able to see him if you spend your final movement running after him.
All right, yes. So when I get down the tunnel, I use my movement to move down it. If a fleeing man in robes enters my line of sight, I will point my finger at him and speak in a tone of command and shout, "Grovel!" And I will spend the command spell.
Okay, what is my saving throw?
Your saving throw is DC 14 against me right now.
Just, gotcha. Huh, Acolyte, do it! Yes! The Acolyte manages to hear your words and rebuff them, knowing exactly who he's really in service to.
Off day.
Off day, indeed. This Acolyte gets to go, and he is going to use his 60 feet of movement to continue running into the darkness. Normally, I end encounters once they get off the map, but narratively, we'll just be entering a narrative pacing, or a theater of the mind. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? We're gonna quickly go to our well crew real quick. This random guy who lives next door, honestly just in a small little homemade clinic, this alchemist looking guy is like, "Oh, are you guys trying to get well water?"
Yeah.
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 "Oh yeah, we had to seal it up. This well went dry, like 6 or 7 months ago."
You fucking kidding me?
"No. It's a hazard. Some people fell in and never made it out."
Well, Osric goes back to pissing on the fire.
"Do you need some asparagus?" He calls out.
I'd like some fucking water.
"No, we don't have any. The well dried up 6 or 7 months ago."
It's not really helpful.
"No,
Good sir,
I
where's the
agree."
nearest well?
"Oh, the nearest well is the river. Keep heading west for, I don't know, half a mile."
Well, that's not going
That's
to do us any
actually
good.
great advice. We should go get some water from that river, guys. Let's go get some water from that river.
"No, yeah. Make sure to tell the rest of the city. Otherwise, this
Yeah.
could become a really bad inferno, guys."
Yeah, no, that's terrible. That's really bad.
So we run the direction he said, I guess, and start yelling
Guys,
fire.
we're gonna go get some water from a river and see if there's a fire brigade.
Yeah.
Pax will start pounding on doors and trying to wake people up, or get him out.
I got you. Doing some civilian
Isaac
work.
remains at the scene. It'd be really helpful.
True. Joe Knoll!
Yep. So my intent was to use that second level spell slot to be able to Misty Step past this guy and basically block him off. But we've run out of map. So how do you want to adjudicate this, John?
Well, he was... How far away from you before he
He was
moves?
like 20 feet away from me.
Well, if you move 30, and then you'd have 10
I
feet
move-
of movement to...
I move 60 because I can dash and I can bonus action Misty Step.
Then you could
So
probably
basically-
pull that off, so long as Misty Step says you can teleport through people if you have line of sight past them.
Yep.
Then you will do so.
So I cut him off. I am now beyond him on the other side.
Alright. That brings us back to Bell.
I suppose he's been rushing forward, and I only used half my movement, so I don't think I can get to him this turn. But I will begin making my way forward. I guess at a hurried pace. Can I get? I'm going to. If I move 30 feet, will I be within 60 feet of him again, or will I be farther away?
You should be within 60 feet of him.
All right, then I'm gonna move my 30 feet to make sure I'm closing distance, and then I'm gonna hit him with some vicious mockery. I'm going to tell him that white is so out of season. It's fall, don't you know? And he's gonna have to save against my brutal critique of his fashion, or take some damage.
Was the DC 14?
DC is 14.
Then he will not listen to anything you say.
Yep.
This guy is 1,000,000% confident in exactly what he knows, and white is in season. It's super sick, even though it's summer. And also, who are you to tell him about his fashion?
It's true. It's true.
Okay. The Acolyte, on his first round of combat, had cast the spell known as Sanctuary, which means he can't actually attack you without losing that thing, that good old spell of his. This was last week when he cast this spell. So what can he do? I guess he can cast Inflict Wounds as his last first level spot.
I mean, that's certainly an attack.
Yeah, that's certainly an attack. So he's going to lose Sanctuary. Give me one
All right.
second to pull up his... No, not the... There we go. Make an attack. Alright, that's auspicious. He will lose. I don't think a 9 will clear your AC.
Nope.
Alright, he is now out of spells, and he's like, well, I guess I gotta club you to death. Never thought I'd be clubbing a man to death in a tunnel. Jonal, what do you do? Goodbye, Blue Dot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give this guy the good old burning hands.
Alright.
As I just channel fire back down the hallway towards my friend. That's a great idea.
We're really good at fighting together, everyone.
Why is it not
Professionals.
popping up the thing? We'll just go here. Okay. Burning hands. Level 1. For 5. Good damage roll.
He will fail and suffer the full 5 points of damage, bringing him down to 4 hit points. He only has 9. Okay. We're just gonna resolve this encounter real quick. Belle, it's up
All
to
right.
you.
Belle walks forward and pulls out her parasol and collapses it, revealing a shiny spear point on the end of it, and says, well, if words won't work, I suppose there are other measures we can take. And I'm going to stab the shit out of this guy.
Alright, you stab the shit out of this guy. Boop.
With a 13 to hit.
A 13 clears his 10 AC.
Hell yeah. Take 3 piercing damage.
Oh! He goes down to 1 health. You stab him directly in the back of the thigh.
Yep.
He swings wildly with a club. I guess he'll club at the woman who just hit him with the spear.
That is fair. He misses.
Oh, the mighty 9! I can't roll above a fucking 9! Jonal!
I'm gonna hit him with the back of my dagger in the throat. Try and knock him out.
Alright, I assume this means non-lethal?
Yep.
Then he is non-lethally brought to 0 hit points as you bop him straight in the throat. We are out of combat now. However, the 2 of you in the tunnel are going to quickly find and hear that above 30 seconds, the rickety wooden, what do we call it, rooftop? Yeah, rooftop, ceiling, whatever you want to call it, in this storage building, has been set alight. And going out the way you came is going to be next to impossible, as all that weight is going to crash down soon. Which means you guys are stuck in a tunnel with your new best friend.
Indeed. This doesn't disturb Belle, as her intention all along was to figure out where this tunnel went. So her plans haven't changed all that much. I think that she will quickly take out her long sash again that she used to tie up the previous ne'er-do-well, and immediately swiftly gag and bind this unconscious man with it. And then she can't carry this man, and looks to Jonal and realizes he's weak as hell, and says, "Leave him. We'll pick him up on the way back." And begins to unfurl her parasol once more and begin to walk down this tunnel.
Okay.
I think Jonal wants to figure out what, if this man has anything of interest, anything, like, they're running something out of this bar, right? He probably would have grabbed whatever is most important for their running out of this bar as he left. So I'm gonna check his body, see if there's anything that stands out as particularly important that, in terms of that.
Give me a quick pat-down check.
What skill would you like?
Probably investigation.
Investigation.
Ooh. Yeah. You are going to find, 1, the money that this guy has on him. It's mostly inconsequential. It's like 300 copper coins. It's really not that big of a deal. But also his mace. He's going to mace people. As well as his beautiful steel-made, or not steel, iron-made? Yeah, ironwork rose holy symbol.
Sure, I'll go ahead and grab the rose holy symbol. Iron rose holy symbol.
Yeah.
How much does that weigh?
It's negligible. It's an amulet.
Okay.
Okay. Party. We are split. A building's burning down. The calls for fire have been given out. Osric, you've run out of juice. Gross. You disgusting dwarf who pisses on fire and bodies.
If people start coming over, Osric will be like, quick, piss on it.
Pax, you are traveling with Thymond, who is heading towards the river, knocking on doors, shouting for people to be alert, be awake. It is the afternoon. Most people are up and about. But as the fire is beginning to billow out with smoke, a beacon of sorts, emergency fire brigades will begin to head on down to this area. Bell and Jonal, after patting this man down and leaving him there in a tunnel, tied up by a sash, you guys will head westward, following this small little smuggler's tunnel that goes for about half a mile until you reach the river. After popping out almost at river height, where the water is just meeting the, what do we call it, the town's flood barrier? Yeah. You will hear, more than anything else, Diamond trudging about looking for water or doing something. Simon, what are you doing? What is your goal here?
To get away from the fire.
Escape blame.
Look, I said I was going out to get some water.
Yeah, Osric's the only one left there.
Realistically,
Like,
there's no way for me to put out that fire. Okay, that is out of my.
yeah, the 3 fighters left behind.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing but.
There was a well that's dry. That's it. That was my game plan. That's gone. I'm out of there.
Alright, so Simon was just trying to escape, and Pax is realizing this.
Pax was like looking for things to carry water back to the fire. Like he's trying to do something right today.
Pax, it's out of our capabilities. There's no way we can put out that fire.
Could we not take the buckets and dump them on the buildings adjacent, or
2 buckets?
well, 4, 2 and 2.
That fighter will not care about 4 buckets of water.
Yeah, I suppose. What if they were really big? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
We're gone. We
But-
had any excuse to go get water.
Has
They're
anyone
not
seen
drinking
Jonal
twice
and
a
Bell?
bucket.
Jonal and the Tiefling?
They ran into the. Actually, I have no clue where they went. I don't know. You saw them last.
No, I didn't. They were in front of the door where you were, and then I ran down the alley.
No, I ran around the building to see if there was a second entrance, and there wasn't.
Oh, I was on the other side of the building. Where's Osric? Does Osric know where they went?
You guys look for Osric, who we have a quick cutaway if he's just like yelling at people who are trying to.
Here's fucking Nick's out, pissed on the fire!
Bring more wine, I'm running dry.
Jonal
really
Bell, you guys are effectively right next to these people, standing by the river, just beyond and below them a little bit.
Oh. Well, this
We're
is
arguing.
disappointing. I was hoping there would be something more exciting at the end of the rainbow, Jonal. Well, I suppose
Well-
we need to find out if we can drag that man out of here.
I mean, let's take a look here at where the river meets this tunnel a little bit and see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Any signs, like, are there any signs that things have been dragged through this tunnel into the river? Are there any signs that, is there a easy way to get from where we are back up top side here? Is there like a ladder? Like, what's the situation?
There would not be a ladder. There would be a curtain that is, or more like a brown tarp, that is kept inside, which you guys would have had to move to even reveal that you are, in fact, by this river. It's kind of muddy around where you are. This flood bank this flood barrier is effectively higher, so above you, maybe 7 or 8 feet, maybe even 10 feet, is where Pax and Thymond are currently yelling at one another, or Pax is probably doing most of the yelling. This is... If someone were to step out, they would need a boat or some kind of water flotation device. Maybe even a spell such as water walking. And it's just to get direct access to this river. Yeah.
Yeah, then I will yell up at the other two. Hey! Hey, down here!
You're
I'm in
not?
need of some strong muscles. Come on down.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
hobble on down.
I'll look around first before we duck into this place, make sure no one's watching us.
People are heading towards the fire from these docks.
Perfect distraction. Let's go.
Indeed.
There's a besashed man down here. Need some help dragging him out. My arms don't quite get it done themselves.
Simon, Pax, do you have rope to descend down this flood bank here? Flood barrier?
Let me check my
I
inventory.
believe I do.
If you have rope, we can hand wave this instantly.
I have a python.
Okay, that's not rope, notably.
That's not rope. I do not have rope. But
You
he
know,
has rope, right?
Thinking back on it, I think we gave Osric all of our rope.
Osric, we do another cutback. You're just saddled with like 100 feet of rope.
Looking
Just
back,
like, quickly, hold on to this.
I'm fairly confident he has all of our rope on him.
Ozric has. I only have one hemp rope, it says, so.
Okay, you guys
So-
have no rope, but you're next to a busy dock area. You run down. It
We
takes
steal
5
rope.
more minutes to locate rope. Alright?
We steal rope.
You
No.
steal rope.
We are acquiring
I steal rope. We borrow rope.
You borrow rope. You create a quick little knot to descend down into the smuggler's tunnel. And with enough teamwork, this guy's going to be out. You know, you have more than enough time to get this guy out, I think. Well,
Not like the fire's gonna go down the tunnel. Safe.
yeah, the fire's not the issue for you guys at all. Oh, well, it's for Osric. Osric, we need to do a full cutaway moment for you. Are you, like, leading the fire department here?
Listen, everyone's left. All right, Isaac doesn't know people, like the people that went inside. He doesn't even know that they went inside. Like he doesn't even realize that happened. The other ones told him that they'll be back with water. So Isaac's all right. They're gonna come back with water. We're gonna put out this fire. No one else is gonna die today, except for the bad guys. And also, they need to know that we didn't do this. So Isaac's being really helpful. He's just a friendly guy that found this.
Yeah.
On fire.
One of the locals, this, like, alchemist dude, or apothecary, excuse me, who lives and works quite close to where all the sick people are, is going to effectively join you in this little event where he's like, yeah, this guy's helping! Everyone, come on! Do your part! And yeah, you're gonna lead the charge on the fire brigade. This is a cool reputation moment. I think I'm going to give you a point of charity here.
Oh, thank you.
As you quite literally stay, you know, you don't tell people that this is your mess, but everyone, like, sees this, like, random dwarf who's very noticeably covered in honey and their own body hair.
Only on the
this
back,
madman is just helping us for some reason.
All the honey and hair on the front burned off.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all gone. A lot of it's been smeared too, from people touching him.
Oh, God. Oh, the heat, too. It would just make it
It's
run.
just melting, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's rough. It's not pretty.
For the
It never
4
was.
others, our tunnel crew, you get Thymond to go into this tunnel. It feels right at home, Thymond, as you grab hold of this bound man. Drag him out towards this section of the tunnel again. This all occurs within less than 20 minutes. What do?
All right. Well, let's go back to a safe place and ask this man some very important questions.
I think we still have a body in our room over at the tavern we could go to.
Yes, that'll work. The smell would be a nice lubrication for the truth.
Never say it that way again, please, Miss Bell. That's very disheartening.
Oh,
How are you
don't know
going
the
to
half of it.
discreetly carry this guy across town?
What if we just tell people, like, he's into it?
No.
They won't think twice about that.
Dwarves have weird logic. Sorry, Thymond. Let's douse this guy with ale and say he got too sloshed at one of the local harvest events. And
We're on
going
the
to
dock.
take him
We
to
were able
rest.
to borrow rope. Is there like just a big burlap sack hanging around?
Or a
Somebody got
barrel?
bunch of hams?
Yeah, probably.
We shove
Why
him
don't
in a
we
barrel.
just Stack them or barrel them. Yeah.
Yeah, put him in
Wanna
a barrel,
barrel this
fill him with fish.
Let's barrel the guy.
It's only stealing if we don't return it afterwards.
True.
I'm all for stealing.
I think you guys can find like a big old flour sack that was just sort of left on the dock or was emptied out into some other more efficient carrying device. Let me roll a luck check real quick. See how lucky you are. Yeah, you're pretty lucky. Lucky enough. With
I also
the
look like go ahead.
concealment of this burlap sack, you avoid the fire where you left a companion, a party member.
Get under control.
Osric, clerics show up. They cast Create Water on the fire, truly containing it. And as one of them recognizes you, immediately turns away as if just to avoid your attention altogether. And one of the city officials, one of the people who oversee the town, come by and give you a full-blown medal as a reward. Thank you for saving our town from fire, Mr. Steelfist. This is for you.
Yeah, definitely had nothing to do with this occurrence, but I was glad I was here to help. Mm-hmm. Got
I'm
everyone safe?
glad to hear it. Your name will go down in history.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Making sure you mentioned how handsome I am.
No, yes, quite handsome indeed, I assume. You head on back.
Neither of them can see, actually. They're both just ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's wasted, too, from the festivities of the day. He hands you a medal, which is like the equivalent of a hot dog eating certificate. Like, good job, you won the hot dog eating competition. Just the most empty favor or platitude ever, but it's now yours. And for some reason,
yeah.
this all makes sense to them.
Yeah.
A first responder gets a commemorative token.
Oh, man. Yep.
You did it.
Osric is still really confused as to where everyone else is.
You look left, you look right. Your team
Yeah,
has
really.
abandoned you like 3 hours ago. And you just
Oh, have you seen like a strange woman with an umbrella for the sun? And like
I've seen all sorts of strange women.
Yeah, I see that in you, brother.
I gotta go.
You have a good night, alright?
The stink over here is killing me. Oh.
Osric takes his little reward. He goes to find everyone that just left.
Yeah. You walk back to the tavern where the dead body from 2 sessions ago was made. And you find them with a new person, entirely, like, gagged and bound, barely conscious.
To be fair, this isn't new for Osric.
No.
They were there to help me the first time.
Yeah.
Osric, you're holding your little certificate or medal of, like, eating a hot dog competition, and you look at your team.
Where do you guys go? I
Uh,
just put out a fire.
Good.
Yeah, you're fucking welcome.
What do you
I
want, a
didn't say
medal?
Thank you, but yeah.
I got one.
You ate
Oh,
a lot of
wow,
hot
that's
dogs?
awesome.
Congratulations on your
We should burn down more
contribution to
buildings.
society.
Get more medals.
I know, they're definitely not gonna suspect that we were, part of this hoonanny. Who the fuck is this?
Excuse
know.
me, we didn't burn down the building.
I was just told to drag him, so that's what I did.
I'm like 98% sure that was all you, I gotta say.
It wasn't me.
No one told me otherwise. This whole time I've been thinking, gosh darn, Janal, he went crazy.
You know, I know who actually did it, but I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna let everyone believe it was Janal.
I just saw a giant explosion. And then we
right,
went to the
yeah.
river, and I was told to jump into a little tunnel and carry this man.
And
Well,
then
I'm so
I
glad
killed
you were doing something more important than putting out the fire that could burn down the whole town.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're glad, Osric.
Who is this? No one answered the question.
a guy.
This is a
Why is he wearing white? Who does that?
suspect that was
Oh, it's
found in a
Nicole Fry.
tunnel underneath the bar. I suppose he's awoken. And I undo the sash in one swoop again. Very practiced, and place it back around my shoulders or wherever I keep it. And I look at this man and say, "Seems you've been spared for the moment. You have some interesting tales to tell, I'm sure." And I look at him expectantly.
This guy rubs his hands and wrists as he has now been ungagged and bound in one fluid motion. He's trying not to laugh at the performance of this all, and calls you all out.
Yeah, you do
You
magic."
heretics, with your weird creature. I don't know what that thing is, he says, and just full arm extend, point to Bell.
I am going to take his finger as he points it at me and just snap it.
Oh shit. I am going to roll a dice here. This is going to be a constitution check. Not to
Okay.
scream like a bitch. Oh, he screams like a bitch as you snap his finger.
I look at him as he screams, and I smile just ever so slightly, and I say, "Now, we must use proper language when addressing a lady. Now, I don't want to ask you a question too pointedly." I say with extra emphasis on pointed. And I take take a pause to light my pipe, and then take a big breath of it and blow it in his face. And I say, "Tell me the tales of that tunnel and that bar. If I find them satisfactory, you may yet leave this place."
You're gonna kill me anyway!
Oh no. There are far worse things.
Bell, do you want me to start chopping off fingers?
Not yet.
Yeah, give me an intimidation. Feel free to have
Sure.
advantage thanks to Thymond.
Sure.
And as a quick reminder, this is not a safe house. This is a open business that you are all conducting yourselves in.
Yeah, it's a quiet room.
It is a private room, but it is not a quiet room. This is a bar / inn / motel.
Shit. That guy was too loud. I'm gonna go play interference with the hotel owner.
Yeah, Pax, you
Oh.
step out to do that, and you will see the tavern owner, who is coming to
before-
investigate.
Before I step out, I look at my slowly closing wound from where that guy gutted me earlier, almost.
Uh-huh.
And I press against it to make the blood come back out. I reopen it. And I stumble out of the room and full on bloody hand across the tavern owner's face.
Oh, God. Hepatitis.
Right? And I'll make out that I was the one who screamed like a little bitch and that I need help.
Yeah, give me a deception check. super low DC. Don't roll a 1. Yeah. He sees a bleeding man in front of him who presumably screamed like a bitch. He's like, how'd you get stabbed? Who stabbed you?
I fell on the dwarf's axe. Please.
Oh my God.
I was
need
moving
to
our
stop
equipment.
ranking to adventurers. Come here.
And I put too much weight on them and have them take me away and keep them occupied.
You're light as a feather. How have you managed to stay alive so long?
Luck, mostly.
Nancy, we need stitching fast. And he and his wife will try to tend to you while your teammates intimidate the crap out of this guy. And although I would normally love to play an acolyte being absolutely interrogated, we are kind of on a time crunch here. So I'm going to ask you on a meta level, Greg, what are you going for here? What are you asking this man for?
I'm gonna make him tell me about his cult in the bar and why there's a tunnel there and why the priest is going there. I just I don't know. I like to flavor Bell a certain way. Perhaps I am unclear, but yeah, I want to know about the activities at that bar, and if he knows or doesn't know, I'm gonna get what he does. Regardless of if it's like, hey, we needed to have a tunnel to bring barrels of booze in.
Yeah, effectively, that is it. He is a, how would we say this? He is an acolyte of the cleric you guys killed, who was entrusted with the running and establishment of that one location, which to him, or if you believe him that he isn't a true demon cultist, but just some schmuck who was just getting into the truth of his own patronage slash, not patronage, subservience? Yeah, subservience to a demonic influence. He thought he was bringing in some sort of weird wine or alm that their specific cult slash denomination of faith did to help the sick and needy. To him, this drink was both a food source and a liquid source that sustained people, like Goodberry, for instance.
If I produce the fruit and show it to him and ask where the people get this or who his supplier is, does he have information?
All he knows is a boat comes from upriver, comes down to the lake with barrels that he is to supply to his town of Krenzo. He's a local, not a well-traveled man.
Okay. I guess I have to be somewhat satisfied with that. Party, is there any info you want to get from him?
Ask him about the weird mind control shit.
I ask about the weird mind control shit.
The weird mind control shit, for some reason, when the true priest, the guy you killed in the tent or next to the tent, would show his holy symbol off to his followers, they would naturally, like, prostrate and fear the symbol. Or not so much fear as much as respect greatly. This was a useful tool for the people who were super sick and believers, who would crowd around the priest at times and beg for salvation. Effectively, it is a, don't touch me, I'm holier than you. Get away from me, you sick and gross person.
Okay.
Even this guy's had to do it to a couple of patrons.
So my understanding is that this is a true believer that is trying to be a priest, and that's the best we can get out of the intimidation, even if he's lying. And Like, we have the information that we can that we need to continue our quest if we stake out this boat, perhaps. That satisfies Bell. If the party wants to push for a different...
When is the next shipment?
They come every Sunday. So...
Okay.
It's Wednesday.
And does this
Monday.
they worship a certain god or just the wine?
They worship a goddess.
Goddess. Okay.
Yes.
Does the goddess have a name?
Indeed, they do.
She does.
It won't
have
be
a
the
name.
one this man says. It will be the name Proserpina.
Yeah, it's close enough to what this man knows it as well. Unlike this guy, Bell has lots more demon information. So, although he, the Acolyte, doesn't recognize the demonic connection of Proserpina to his own goddess, like, yeah, that's her name. She's the life goddess Proserpina.
Works for me.
I don't know.
I have
So now we
bad
have-
news for you. And I suppose you can take this at face value or not. Your goddess is a demoness. The occult is unfortunately harming people. But you have satisfied me here. You will leave with your life. I suggest you make amends. And I guess, I don't know, if the party has other things to ask, I'm sorry, I was cutting in there. My brain fell out. But that's how I would leave him to let go.
So do we knock him back out and drop him off at the church?
I just let him walk out.
Ah.
Or at least I would. Unless you got, and if you want to knock him out, go for it. My plan was to
I'm
let
good
him
with
go.
whatever. I think he understands that if he creates too much noise, some bad things might happen.
So we're not killing him?
I
No
mean,
need.
I think if we let him out, I'll tail him for a little bit. Take off my gaudy jacket and
I don't know. I don't know if someone really gets scared out of believing in something like that easily, you know? He just lit a whole building on fire just because he thinks he's cool.
I don't
or
think
whatever.
that was him. I think the person that lit the building on fire also died in an explosion.
Did you light the building on fire?
As a quick counter-intelligence thing, if you guys let this guy walk out knowing where you are, he could sabotage you all very easily by just saying, hey, there's a bunch of people in this one tavern who have a dead body. Since you are in the
So-
same room as him.
Do we besash this guy and then walk him down to the river and throw him in the river?
I think throwing him in the river is like killing him. But
Nah.
we could just like you could just throw him in like a rowboat and then send him down the river. He'll end up somewhere, but nowhere close to where we are.
Where'd you get so? Where's this? What do you just kill you? Just kill him. Why is this complicated?
So my idea is that as night falls and people are making merry, we tie him back up, we gag him, we throw him back in the sack, and we go down to the docks and return the sack to whence it came, some boat. You know, he doesn't know what tavern we're in.
You know, I'm fine with doing all of this on my own. You guys don't even have to worry about it. Don't even.
Yeah, I'll trust.
I trust you, Osric.
Osric, I have my full faith in you.
I have a different body to dispose of anyways.
Yeah.
We all got some
Wait,
late night
can we fit them
plans.
both in one bag?
I think
One of the bodies
carry all
Bell
of
the
one
would
dead
bag.
one.
Yeah.
The dead one leave, but do whatever you want with the other one.
Acolyte schmackolite. Just toss him into the river.
We'll let Osric take care of the acolyte, and get him.
I'll make sure he has a wonderful time.
I trust it.
I trust him less now that you've said that.
Pax, if you worry too much, you'll always be in life taking it one step at a
This is
time.
the problem, all right?
Just let's
You gotta trust the first thing I say, all right?
Okay.
just don't
Osric,
put too much into it, and the
he's your
problem will
chore.
never be in our hands again.
Y'all dwarves are acting awfully shifty together.
I think
I
that's
wouldn't
racist
worry
of
about
you.
it.
I don't like this implication. All right, but dwarves being shifty? I
Has
ain't
nothing
about
to do
this.
with you being a dwarf. It's just that you are a dwarf.
I think that is
It
exactly.
sounds the same. It sounds, does that sound
No,
the
it's
same to you?
it's specific to you.
All
and
right,
you,
I'm
not
cutting
the
in
dwarfs as a
here.
people.
We can keep giving him shit like this for like hours.
Yeah. All right, what happens to the acolyte, Osric?
Osric, has a really heavy bag to carry down to the river.
Uh-huh.
And if he bumps the bag into like a really big rock at the river, and then drops the bag in the river with
All
the
right,
rock.
so the acolyte's going
I
into the
mean-
river.
Yeah, with the intention of death. So
Understood.
either, yeah,
Osric ties up a loose end.
yeah.
At least,
Grumbling the whole time, by the way, about these fucking youngins and leaving their
there's
knots
ambivalence from the party.
untied.
Either way. Party. Shall we
It's not
take
our
a quick
problem.
break?
Go for it.
Then we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we have a visitor coming from Grinya, as well as some exorcism that needs to occur. Or spirit medium. Whatever. We'll see you guys here in a bit. Woo!
Woo!
Hello everyone, we are back with the Insatiables. Insatiables, it's been a hell of a day. You have a dead body in a building and a river. And I believe it is time to start a long rest. Granted, things are going to happen in this long rest, but if we wish to do downtime activities that are not exactly related to or directly contributing to our mission while time passes, feel free to tell me what those are.
Joins the festivities or the aftermath of those festivities.
Understood. Pax is getting some R&R. Osric, anything from you?
Probably the same. Osric also has some money to spend and did not accomplish the first goal of finding a place to buy
Potions.
potions. So Osric also wants to do that. Keeping in
Osric
mind
wants
that we
to
no
go
longer have a
shop.
healer.
True.
Being practical in his old age.
Very true. Jonal, what about you?
Janal already took part in the festivities earlier that day, so he's quite full from spending. I don't remember how much gold, but it was a lot on food. I don't know. I think Janal is probably just gonna. I think he's gonna spend some time wandering down by the waterfront.
Okay. Understood. We'll come back to that. Simon, anything you're doing?
Would it be okay if I did some light investigatory work? Would that be considered too heavy of a task?
Depends
For a
on what
long
the
rest.
subject is, I suppose. But I know that you're a big fighter man.
Just some light investigating of the Halfling Mafia, you know, just light subjects, nothing too heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking for your shoes, huh?
There's retribution to be paid.
Very true. Yeah, Simon. Go ahead and do an investigation check real quick.
My specialty.
On a 13. Let's see how stealthy
not
these
terrible.
guys truly are. They're not stealthy at all. You find their shop front where they conduct their business instantly. Surprising no one, it's a tailor shop. Because something about halflings and being clothiers is a stereotype they enjoy.
I'll keep this information. I'm not gonna approach it.
Okay.
I've learned from a few past experiences that running in guns blazing is not a great strategy.
It's
For
not the
reconnaissance, in fact, might be the good strategy.
greatest. Okay. And Belle, while you are doing your downtime, I will key you in that on the 22nd, you will be visited by a person.
Alrighty.
But, is there anything you want to do before that appointee arrives?
I don't think there's anything of note I need to do in the interim. I think Belle spends her time waiting by performing. I think she tries to make a habit as a far traveler to not stay at any one inn for like too many consecutive nights, and will like bounce around the city from location to location, trying to talk people into performing. And I think usually she's used to succeeding, although that didn't happen once already. Yeah, I think she performs and does bard things, spins great yarns, smokes mysteriously in the corner, sings, plays music, that thing.
For legal establishments, super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone would gladly take up a far-traveling tiefling bard who is, just has an air of authority about her.
Nice.
And it is the 22nd when you all, or whoever is taking the shift at the door, making sure no one investigates too deeply on what that rotting smell is, in a certain bedroom of this place. Here, let's do... Everyone just roll a quick 1d20 for me, and whoever is closest to mind gets to be there. Not Jonal, not Belle, maybe Pax? Oh, never mind. Simon's our winner. Unless Ozric rolls a 19. Ozric, do you want to roll?
What am I rolling?
We're seeing who is on watch guarding the dead body, so nobody just walks in on it.
So you roll a 20.
Well, I rolled
I'm not
a
gonna bother
19,
to.
so... we
That's
match
what-
mine. There we go. Simon! After investigating, finding out where these halflings operate their illegal businesses and rob people for all they're worth, you are guarding this door when a guy walks into the tavern, doesn't buy any drinks, just heads straight to the room number he had been given, and sees you standing out there. This guy is dressed in gray traveler's robes. It's almost like a frock, almost, where he has a separate hood and, what do we call it, shawl-like cover. He looks dead tired, as if he's just ridden here, full tilt, for all he's worth. Deep bags under his eyes. He has a haunted-looking appearance. Strange, weird half-elf greets you and says, "Are you related to the Mistress Belle?" Simon, dwarf,
Why?
answer me.
What do they look like?
The
many
saucy
relatives.
tiefling in a sash and, I don't know, disguised as a spear as an umbrella. Maybe she has a
That's all.
rapier now, I don't know.
Related? Maybe. I mean, I'm not that familiar with my family tree, but I don't know if dwarves and tieflings are that well connected.
He opens his letter again and... Are you guarding a dead body or not? I'm here to talk to it.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Alright, go get your mistress so that I may figure out what I need to ask this thing.
Would I have any clue where Belle is? Would Belle have hinted me?
Yeah,
at-
sure. I'm not that hard to find. I'm a crazy tiefling woman with a parasol and that travels around telling crazy stories and playing music and is ostentatious and yeah, I'm not hard to find.
Yeah, I'll go out and try to track down Belle to bring them back and deal with this.
Yeah.
All right.
After some, what do we call it? Traveling time. Belle, do you wish to include anyone in this other than yourself?
I don't think as a character she is that like concerned about including everyone else, but just as a like player, I would be happy to gather everybody, right? So they can have input on the 3 questions I think you get for Speak with Dead. 5 questions.
Indeed.
I don't know. I'm totally fine with the party gathering and coming along.
I think Simon would just be there because he doesn't fully trust this new guy. He doesn't want to make sure he's not gonna like rat us out. for having a
I think
dead
on
body.
on my nat 1 on the d20 roll, 18 away from what John rolled, you can't find me.
No one knows where Joe Nall is. He's disappeared.
Pax will take over the guard post on the door while y'all do this.
Okay. What about you, Osric? You want to see a spiritualist in action?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Then the two dwarves and the tiefling will enter this room that this man has prepared while Thymond went to go look for Bell. Many a candle have been set up, incense has been burned, mostly to just deal with the smell. It's been not the best.
It's been 1 week.
It has. And as you guys enter, he will quickly go through the rigmarole of does this man know you? What is your relation to him, if he does?
This man is a suspected cultist, Prosperina masquerading as a priest. He was slain by my companions in an attempt to interrogate him. Now we will have to do it the hard way.
Yes. Then, for any of you whose face he has seen in life, you must conceal your faces, throw your voices, confuse the spirit. Otherwise, he may not answer.
Yeah, I'll put like a hood on and sit in the corner. I won't really like interact with any of this, just make sure that I'm not a problem.
Good.
Osric shrugs and then leaves.
Oh,
This wasn't interesting anyway.
Okay.
I'll keep a lookout, I guess. Don't make any loud noises.
Oh,
You
you're
will
I
lookout.
have-
love loud noises.
I will sneak in then if he takes lookout and obscure myself.
Okay. He stares at you for a long time, Pax, as you enter his room. Interesting. You
Just
will
when he
have
happens, I get tired.
5 questions to ask of me. I will be channeling on your behalf. You will whisper your questions into my ear. Do not address the body directly, otherwise the spirit will use that as an opportunity to escape after I have tethered him to his corpse.
Understood.
Do not waste questions with what does the afterlife look like. You will find that out eventually on your own. As the gods of death once said, no spoilers.
Alright.
Then let us begin. And you will watch as this spiritualist, this half-elf, heads to the body and begins to go through the verbal, somatic, and, of course, the material components of casting this spell. His eyes will roll into the back of his head. A faint, smoky light will begin to emanate from the candles he has burned. And then the body, once stiff and rigid, will begin to crack and twist until it looks directly at the speaker. You will have 10 minutes starting now. Well, give me a second. I'll give you a clock. There we go. You may conduct yourselves, whisper, collude, for 10 minutes, starting now. Go!
So I think that the first question that I want to ask him is, where is the source of the pulpy fruit? I think that the next question I'd like to ask him is, how many of his friends, acquaintances, workers are involved, and where is the production taking place, or of the fruit. If possible, I might like to ask if there are demonic entities here on our plane or on our world like assisting. I think that's 4. Am I missing anything super important, like question-wise? Is there a 5th that you need or think is answered, or one that is unnecessary?
Mainly the only thing is that I guess we made a deal with like the church to clear out the demonic holdings in the city. So maybe if they have like another stronghold in the city, to go investigate that. If not, then,
where are your strongholds in the city?
Yeah. See if they have any more bastions that we have to clear out.
I like that.
Other than that, that's the only thing I can think of.
That sounds pretty concise.
All right.
Number 1. What is our first question?
Our first question is, where is the production of these demonic fruits?
You will get the answer from this cadaver. Where is the production of the demonic fruits? On a farm to the north.
How many of your associates are involved in this production and distribution?
I'm typing these out if you are taking notes. How many of your associates are involved in this production and distribution? I will pause the clock real quick because he would know this, but John has forgotten. All right, clock is now going back. 7.
7. How many strongholds exist in the city of Buid or Bully? This city.
Krenzo.
Oh, Krenzo. Are we not in? Okay, in Krenzo.
How many strongholds exist in Krenzo? Answer. Easy. 1.
Okay. Are there any demonic entities that are on this world assisting your production?
Are there any demonic activity entities, right?
Entities.
Okay. Yes, is the answer.
Okay. So part of me wants to ask what kind party, but I know we talked about doing something different. I've asked the 4, and now my brain is melted, and I forgot the other one that I suggested. Would you like to know what type of demon we might be facing, or would you like to remind me of the other thing?
It
Or
was.
your
I
own?
think it was. Where was it processed or like produced into the liquid? Was the other thing?
That's in a farm up north.
Yeah. I like the idea of knowing what demon we might face. That's a good question.
All right. I feel satisfied with the 4 so far. If you guys are, then I'm going to shift to what type of demonic entity is assisting you.
The 5th and final question will be wheezed out as the body retakes its original position. It will say, a great tree.
Okay.
I have fully stopped the clock. Now, there we go. The spiritualist will blink, his eyes will roll back into his head. He will wipe them and cough. He will look at you. Did you get the information you seek?
Yes, I think we have plenty to go off of. Thank you so much for your efforts.
You are welcome. This corpse should be disposed of as quickly as you can. It is quite foul. Next time, put it inside of a barrel filled with salt.
Understood. Salt it is.
Goodbye.
Thank you for your wisdom.
This spiritualist will quickly cowl up, look left, look right in the hallway, see Osric, and then will, if Pax is out of earshot, he will say, "You should watch your one-eyed friend."
Why?
Because he is half undead. And then he will
Because he's
leave.
got one eye. It's kind of rude.
He does not respond to your bait in question. He's a busy guy who has to deal with dead things all the time.
Okay, if you have a solution, that'd have been more helpful, just saying. Watch him. Heavens.
Party. You have gathered, except for Jonal. Or rather, Jonal, you're stumbling back in from wherever the hell you were. And see this guy leaving towards the hallway your team was staying at. If you choose to be in this scene.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Quite well, actually. Thank you for asking.
Got another body to get rid of.
Oh, would you be so kind? I appreciate volunteers.
Sure. It's my job, apparently.
I'll help you, Osric. I'll help you.
You come here.
Here, you get the door. I'll carry.
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh,
tear.
let's go. Let's go borrow another sack.
You need to find a sack first. Okay. Party, you may discuss this. You are in the middle of a long rest still. It has not yet fully completed. In fact, it's only been 3 days. You still have 4 more to go.
Well, I guess we take care of the body and then we've done everything here in this town, right?
I agree. Let us take
have to go.
some preparations, whatever you may need, and let us begin our march up the river. Perhaps it would be wise to search for this boat, but if it does not come, I'm happy to walk. I do like to stretch the old legs every now and then.
You know, I've been drinking for 3 days. What day is it? What day does the boat come?
It comes on Sundays, and I don't know what day the 22nd is of the week, but it is that day.
It will show up on the 25th. The 22nd is a Thursday.
When does our long rest end?
On the 27th, which is a Tuesday.
Oh, so if the party needs the long rest, then I think I might just casual stake out the boat for observational purposes, but like not get close enough to break long rest problems for everyone, and maybe we walk up northward a little bit instead.
So we search for a strange tree in a farm to the north.
Mm-hmm.
I worry there are a lot of farms to the north.
But how many farms have easy access to a boat that can carry shipments of barrels downriver?
That is a very good point. We can follow.
I never said it was going to
river.
be easy access.
One thing Pax will do.
I also
during the
feel like
rest-
it'll be easy to find demon fruit as opposed to just regular old fruit. Fruit comes in maybe 3 shapes.
I hesitate to wait more than a week, right? Because if we wait for the next coming Sunday, right, we're behind like 10 plus days of whatever's happening, right?
Yeah.
So either we don't long rest and start exploring with the boat stakeout, or we try to get what information we can from a distance without, like, you know, breaking long rest rules, and then as soon as long rest ends, we try to follow the boat.
Listen, if you guys don't want a long rest, that's okay. I just will be less useful. I won't be able to.
I'm not saying we shouldn't long rest. I just think logistically, it's hard to not end up walking upriver if doing it, right?
Right.
I think it is smart that we do the long rest and then we walk upriver. It's
If we don't, like, if you want to do the stakeout for the boat still, Thyman doesn't super rely on long rest. He gets most of his stuff back from short rest, and I can just second wind short rest the next day, and I'll be back at full HP. So I'll be able to, like, if need be, fight a bunch of people on a boat. If push comes to shove.
You wanna go solo a demon boat shipment?
Look, if I have at least like another person there to make sure, like, if stuff goes downhill, I have a bit of help, but I can try to figure something out on a boat.
I don't know. When you guys, in my opinion, it sounds like we want this long rest. We've been sitting here waiting for it to happen, right? I think we should finish it. Party needs resources, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, sorry.
If we have information and you like there's a relationship with the guards here, just tell them what we know while we go deal with it upriver. Like, they can take care of their own city. Like, we don't have to do that for them.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe
we're not the guards.
I like that. Yeah. So
we tell Captain Garcia about the shipment.
Yeah, Garcia knows about the house, right? And is like in on this. So I think that Bell will go to him and be like, this is what we've learned. This is where it's coming in from. The shipments have been like, or the place serving it seems to have suddenly gone up in flames. I don't know how that happened.
Yes,
was
the
not a
stuff
part
must
of
be
that.
really flammable.
But
so it wasn't you and your team who set fire to that building?
No, I wasn't at all.
Oh, okay.
But I tell him about, like, the stuff, and then I guess I say, okay, this is what's happening, like, so you could be prepared. I might ask if he knows of a farm on the northern banks of the rivers that might have access to, like, large boats that can carry shipments down it.
He will start the investigation process on that.
Sure.
He'll need some time to put together this, as well as a team to quite literally stop smuggling, which is the more optimal thing. If Feynman wants to stick around or observe the guards actually doing their jobs for once, he can definitely go down to the river.
Yeah, I'll give him some backup, but I also wanted to, well, just like check up on the church and let them know, like, hey, the
I'll go with
demon
you for that part.
activities, you helped our friend, we came through on our end, the demon activity should be no longer existing.
They will take you at face value, but still want evidence of that before they reward you or call off the debt onto Pax. Because currently Pax is the one whose reputation is at stake here, not so much Thymon's. Yeah.
I sent my friend to go tell him, like, I'm good for it. Like, one more time.
We swear he's good for it.
Experienced dealer with gambling debts, right? This is in character, actually.
Yeah, never going by myself. I always send people.
Yeah.
I need a roll for assassins real quick.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
And it turns out your long rest was all for naught because assassins attack. Gonna have to wait a week anyway.
Pax, you get this distinct feeling that they're in the city, but they don't know where you are. They're looking for you. But that's just in your head. Maybe, there's no sign, there's no proof that the assassins are nearby. You just constantly feel that edge.
My paranoia is, like, cranked.
Yeah.
And, like, I try not to leave our very foul-smelling room, and when I do leave, it's always at night. It's always obscured.
Garcia takes his crack team of sergeants as well as some of the more competent keep your mouth shut rookies who will take to the docks towards the night on the 25th, which is the Sunday. Thymond goes with them and plays an observatory role just to watch them do this. Let me roll some checks here. For it is not the brightest of nights. Oh. Oh my god. Alright, well, Garcia just rolled a nat 20, so let's see if somehow these cultish schmooks... Ah! They roll a 10. Not the best. Thymond, you watch a small boat in the cloudy night drift towards this river barrier, or this flood barrier, which you crawl down to. You watch the guards shift low to the ground, bows, short bows at the ready. One of them has a big-ass net. You've never seen a net in action before, because mechanically they don't work, but narratively they're cool as hell. You see Garcia in the dark, dressed up in shadowy, studded leather armor. Looks like a ninja assassin straight out of Tom Cruise's The Last Samurai. Anyone see that movie recently? Suddenly,
No.
ninjas, just for no reason. Captain Garcia is now one of those ninjas. And unlike Tom Cruise, whose passive perception is always 15 up, these boatmen, simple merchants, turned cultists, will call out, whispering to the dark loudly, for a name you do not recognize, but who you will find out is the Acolyte, who is long dead. Hasn't been able to warn his cult of the truth, or figure out for himself if he really was part of a demon cult. They assume that it's just another pickup. They don't know that their stronghold Their warehouse turned speakeasy has burned down in a conflagration. It is sad for them, as one of them is immediately shot by 2 archers, and the other one is jumped on by Garcia from the high rope, who tackles him into the boat, into the river. There is a struggle. And then, climbing out of the river, assisted by his sergeants, Garcia drags up this person. Oh, it's brilliant. It's great. It is the only time in your life you've ever seen human guards actually perform their job in any competently, honestly impressive manner.
I'll give him a dwarven nod. Like, yep,
It's true.
Amazing
exactly how you should have done it.
Everybody
No
claps.
Everybody claps.
After the entire thing, you guys realized that the net had no business in play on the people and was just to catch the boat. Because that's the only thing it's good for. The boat is gotten. The contents are checked. Barrels of juicy / pulpy wine are discovered. There was about 4 of them. It is disgusting. Rank smelling. People consider throwing it into the river, and then they're like, you know, that's probably how those alligators keep fucking dying and washing up as bloated messes. Maybe we shouldn't. They're like,
Just burn it.
Burn it.
Turns out burning very effective.
Don't stay near it. Burn it.
It goes up like fireworks.
If only we knew a man who could cast firebolts really good.
There's the stories of that famous fellow from the market the other day.
Yes. We should look out Joe Null, the... ... What's his name today, Joe Null?
Donald the Brave!
The Brave.
Ran to a flaming building. That's pretty brave.
That's pretty brave. Joe Null, you are... It's like blowing up a gasoline tank with a incendiary round. It just... Fireworks! But yeah, the stuff's destroyed. A prisoner has been taken. Interrogations continue. Belle, I'm sure, definitely wants to know what the survivor of this encounter says.
Oh, for sure.
And on the 27th, everyone who needs to benefit from a long rest may.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Belle will talk with Garcia. Belle, do you take anyone with you?
Oh. You know what? Osric's the only one that Garcia has seen explicitly with me. I'm sure he's heard stories the other ones, but plausible
Me too.
deniability is king. Oh no, it wasn't Osric. It was Joe Null. You're right.
Yeah.
So plausible deniability is king, right? So I only take Joe Null to meet with him.
Oh, hey, it's a firework man. This guy, good old Garcia, will collaborate with you, for he knows ultimately you two are on the same side of things, of keeping the desert and the city safe from demonic influences. Even though he has to do some corrupt bureaucratic bullshit to pull that off.
We love corrupt bureaucratic bullshit.
We love it. He will tell you that their smuggler, quote-unquote, came from a northern river island that is not developed at all, has no brush, or has too much brush, and is thought to be a project more hassle than it is, or more hassle than it is worth to develop that island. Like, no bridges connect to it. You'd have to get boats of people there. But effectively, somewhere on this little island is a pickup point for these smugglers who are paid quite handsomely to go in to a small little river, pick up, and then come back down to the river barrier or flood barrier to smuggle this shit into Krenzo. He doesn't know, they don't know where exactly the production facilities are, but somewhere on that island doth be a farm or vineyard.
Sounds like we're gonna need a boat.
Well,
Thank
we
you so
just
much.
impounded one.
Oh, are you offering? I love when people just give me things.
Make sure it comes back.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
My line of work, no promises, but my
Indeed.
full intention will be to return it.
If you do not return back within the week with news, we will assume you dead, and we'll create a task force to deal with this ourselves. Alternatively, you could let us handle it, but for some reason, I think your house wants to see this through on their own terms.
Yes, I think it's best if I were to take care of it, but I love your go-get-it attitude. I'm gonna remember your name, Garcia. I don't remember most.
Don't worry, you can count on the double D's.
I'm sorry, what?
That is our team name.
That's the name of our group.
I fucking forgot about
We're the Demon Defeaters.
Double D's.
I did not realize you had named yourselves.
Either that or like lemon enjoyers.
Why are we the double
D?
D's? This PAX.
We're
is
not here,
dumb.
but
We have a cutaway of just, wait, this is what our team name is?
this was a fucking joke.
Oh, it was the Disciples of Discipline.
It was specifically a joke because that's multiple meanings.
Yeah, I think the joke is, we change it all the time. We're the double D's.
Alright, understood.
I do
No
remember
one
that.
lets you-
I think I was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I don't know
that's
what
one
it
of the
is with
Ds.
adventurer groups making innuendo
Masterly
for
drunks.
their
The
team
dwarven
names,
drunks.
but
You know, at
Drunk
least this
dwarves.
one's rather tame.
indeed.
I've heard worse.
I have to.
Yeah. My
All
vote
right.
was One-Eyed William, but
You'll find the boat on the docks in our impound lot here, and he hands you a small pass. Apparently, Garcia has spread the word to those trustworthy enough to do this kind of, not backroom dealing, but,
Off books.
yeah, off-book operations, for sure.
Yeah.
He will give you a official salute of the
I,
BIE dynasty.
Give him the very practiced curtsy of the House of Smoke and Smoke and Scarlet, and the only time probably Journal has ever seen Belle be polite to someone.
And then you guys leave. You
Yeah, I
gather
give
your
the-
team.
Double peace signs. Sadly.
Just annoyed. he doesn't not like you, Jonal, but he is just annoyed by your presence. For sure. Of the just immature
It's having this effect
adventurer.
on people.
This is like the third time he's met him, and the first time he tried to upcharge him on a already set bounty.
Yeah. This guy.
I could argue, but I don't feel the need to.
Gamers, you have a river boat, which is what the smugglers were using. It has been 2 days since they assumedly failed to return, if they even needed to return. You're unsure what the association is, if the smugglers are just independent hires that are trusted by the cults, or if they were cultists themselves. It's not the hardest thing to do to hire smugglers if you have the knowledge and the coin. But you have benefited from a long rest. I trust everyone can up their resources on their own, such as rages and hit dice and spell slots and sorcery points and blah 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 blah. Okay. It is the 27th. Are we go team Island Invaders?
Yep.
Think
I
that's
think
the plan?
so.
Yep.
Okay. Then you guys will
We have a boat now.
row your boat,
We have a boat for a week.
basically. Not
Don,
that you will
your-
need that week. Or
We'll
it's
be
not.
in and out
On your
like 4
nautical themed
days.
Parmesan Afghans. You can only break them out for a week.
You will set out in the morning when this meeting took place on the 27th. Set out. I don't know how to do an exclamation point. There we go. You have 2 big burly dwarves. I don't think I need to challenge you rowing upriver. If this was like Joe Knoll and Pax, then I definitely would to see how fast you go. Sorry.
That's fair.
But Thyman and Osric
fair.
with their 18 and
Got the
20
strong
strength.
boys.
No, Osric is 20 now too.
Oh shit! I thought you took
Yeah.
a feat.
Oh shit.
No, we're 2 strong boys.
It's considered
So
a feat, but I was like, I can't let him be stronger than Osric. It's not allowed.
Then I'm gonna have a higher con score. We're just
Like,
gonna.
we're in the corner like, oh fuck it.
Yeah, Osric and Thyman are just stat monkeys. They just go for it. Well,
Yeah,
with
this
the
was-
2 superior strength dwarves, you will row and row upriver. Going by the rough directions that these smugglers, or smuggler, was tortured out of by good ol' Garcia. You will,
Work's a harsh
towards
word.
the early evening, find the drop-off point. It is a small jetty. It's only around 5 or 6 planks of wood that have barely been sawed as a step down to the river, which you have rowed up. You also find, during your course of traveling, a bunch of alligators. These smaller flowing rivers, or the rivers not on the tributaries, that's what they're called. Jesus Christ, John. Figure it out. These tributary rivers are, well, alright, are quite populated with all sorts of aquatic animals. This big main flowing one, which is several miles wide, to a mile wide, is sometimes too fast for them to truly get the hunting experience alligators need. Including some of the giant ones, which mostly ignore your boat.
That's good.
The dwarven musk puts them off.
That's true. Honestly, you're just too fast to be like an actual prey animal for them to recognize.
That's why nobody noticed the dead body in our room for a week. Because they were just like, oh, that's normal dwarf smell.
Yeah, you just smell like cadavers. Ugh.
Why do you think we have to cover ourselves in honey? Come on.
Gotta make myself appetizing.
Party, you found the jetty.
Excellent.
Do we want to do reconnaissance? Or are we still on our guns blazing plan of just going and hope it works?
I like reconnaissance. That sounds fun.
Are we going to
What you have in
attempt
mind?
a plan of some sort this time?
No. I know this.
Wait.
What if we go past the jetty and just like pretend like we're a different riverboat?
You want to go around the island?
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
I just, as a out of character moment, like plan wise, if we travel up and around the river, like up a tributary and dock somewhere, like as if we were going to Grinya, we might be able to get a look at the island, and then like maybe we can come back at like night and dock on like the edge of it or something, so that we could actually sneak in and get a look if we wanted. That might be a way to do, not just go in guns blazing. Does that seem like a plan, or is there, you guys have a better idea?
It seems like
It's
a good plan.
idea.
Seems like a good
I don't
plan,
know
yeah.
how.
We have super
realistic it
dwarves.
is. Yeah, I just don't know how realistic it's gonna be for us to navigate in the dark. Oh, dwarves do have dark
We have
vision.
dark
Okay.
vision. The 2 rowers can see in the
Yeah,
dark.
good.
I think we can all see in the dark.
Up to 60 feet or 120 if you have superior.
Where's
I just need to kind of know what angle you're heading into this island, because you guys don't... If it was an obvious farm, like, everyone would know about it. But it is clearly hidden out of the way, where a traveler would not normally see it, right?
My thought process is we're gonna hit this tributary, like, right here, right? And then we might take up this tributary to look at the island, right? And then,
Yeah.
like, come across. And
You're
if we
already
see
up
something... If we see something, great. And if we don't, maybe we, like, park near or at Grinya, and then at night we can come back to the tip here to, like, take a look around.
Look for fires or signs and
Yeah.
recon. Be stealthy little spies.
That was
Okay.
my thought. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it seems like the best way to get a cursory look from the boat without, like, just docking on the island somewhere, right?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
I'll trust your judgment, Bell. This might be the first debt I ever pay off.
Well, we'll have to work on that.
Okay.
At least he didn't lose his shoes to the halflings.
Rather than... Don't respond. We're running out of time. I'm sorry, Red. Rather than getting off at the jetty, where the smugglers clearly did their pickup, you guys continue northbound, rowing up the tributary to come at the island in a different angle. Eventually, night will fall. You reached this island at the early evening, or this jetty at the early evening. A few hours later, it will become dark. The nocturnal cries of animals are spooky. You see in the distance the lights of Grinya, these great big stone towers overlooking a larger city than Krenzo. But to your south/east, there is a heavily forested, shrouded island. And it's time to go exploring.
All right. So I guess we circle around it, and kind of as twilight sets or as evening comes full, we or the night comes full, we dock at the tip and take a look around. Is that I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
Yeah.
carefully bring the boat in.
Yeah, I'm gonna fully pull the boat onto land, just
Yeah,
in
same.
case I don't want us to be spotted out here.
Sounds
Yeah, if
good.
there's a place higher foliage or something for us to
This is a heavily
into.
foliaged area, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe just rip off some branches and throw it on top too.
Okay.
Try to hide the boat and we sneak about.
How well do you hide it? Out of curiosity.
Well, if Osric's the one doing it, it was
Yeah, give me a
Look
quick
good- look
stealth
good to
check,
me.
Osric.
his senior eyes.
This is the boat
You
hiding
hide it
skill
so well, you'll never be able to find it again.
I mean, what did you say? Stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Osric, you are quite sneaky. You know how to hide a boat.
profession.
Okay. Boat successfully hidden behind brambles and brush. You all will make your way into this forested island. It is quite a hassle going through it. Definitely not a tamed forest that is heavily pruned or cleared of weeds. And sometimes you will need to loudly hack through the brambles, as well as these great big bushes filled with twigs and other sorts of nasty mess. I'm gonna roll a... No, I'm gonna have one of you. Who's my leader in this expedition? Who's up front? Who's on point?
I am most definitely not chopping my way through brush.
I'm guessing it's one of the strong boys. It's either
Well, if
Osric or-
Osric's in the back with the boat, that would mean Pax, clearly second runner for strength, right?
Clearly with a 15. And great forestry experience. Kind
Simon.
of, not really. Yeah, go ahead, Thyman.
Simon.
Simon, can you give me a survival roll to navigate this great big island? Or not great
I was
big
gonna
island.
say Osric is the survival person, but
Yeah, but you took the boat, man.
I took the boat. Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. I'm a professional survivor. I mean, I survive all the time. 12.
A 12.
Haven't died yet.
Yeah, it's not like this island is heavily booby-trapped. There's no great big wild beasts that are inhabiting it, surely. I mean, all we've seen are
Really?
giant alligators, but those guys don't live inland. They live in the water, right?
Yeah. Duh.
You know how to hold a direction, Thymond. You might not have a compass, but you have 5 people in one direction. Surely you won't get everyone lost.
Oh, wait. I'm making a path of havoc. Okay? If I need to follow my steps backwards, there's a path to follow.
Yeah. Machete / great axe in hand. You cut through what you need to, take to the easy routes as best you can, and explore the island for a casual 5 hours. This tiring hike has many a break, for at least Jonal is not of great strength. Jonal, what's it like roughing it for the first time since you truly set out?
I mean, it is helpful to have, a nice low-set dwarf that has to really cross-clear everything in front of me to get through. So, honestly, I'm feeling a little tired, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Okay. What about you, Belle? You city slicker, you?
Oh, I don't know. It's not that bad. I like having the strong man clear path for me. It seems right.
It seems right. All right. And Pax, you're a soldier. You actually are kind of used to this kind of trailblazing.
And to be out of the city is a blessing. It's finally quiet.
It's true.
Ish.
Assassins
I'm
love
for
urban
assassins.
areas, but out here, it's just animals.
You gonna be
I can
animal
take care of
assassin.
animals. Don't put that in my head, Osric.
You all will travel, trudging, until at last you find a clearing in the woods. There is a heavily rooted field before you. There are shrub grasses and dry dirt, as well as what appears to have once been an attempt at a vineyard that has now been left to rot. You all see this in the star and moonlight of the night, as well as the largest in terms of width rather than of height tree you have ever seen. This thing is entirely leafless. It has no ability of photosynthesis. It is effectively just a really big wooden trunk and branches that are sticking out into the air. Around it, it seems that the grass and any sort of true vegetation has just been entirely suffocated by this thing's roots, and there is but plain dirt around it. I would say you are at least over 100, maybe even 200 feet away where you see this, and you are coming at it from a northwestern angle, so it is southeast of you currently.
As we,
demonic tree.
I would say that fits the bill nicely. I'd have to get a little bit closer to know for sure, but do you see the way it eats the ground around it? That makes me think that it is sucking out the life of the ground it is planted in.
Do we see any sign of like human settlement here? Is there like a farmhouse?
Not that you can currently see, but I have not moved you in the narrative positioning. So
Okay.
if you wish to like circle around this clearing, then new information can be revealed.
I think we all get real friendly and real quiet, and we circle around looking for people.
I agree.
I am not the greatest at stealth.
And you go last.
So I might just like kind of like post up here and keep watch over the tree.
Oh,
I have an axe. I haven't met a tree that has eaten the bite of an axe.
Drew?
Fair enough.
Bear in mind, this one might come from another world. It
It'd be
might
really
have
good
teeth.
lumber.
If there's no one here in this clearing, I think Belle is not real interested in conflagrating and chopping up this tree loudly in the middle of the night so we can be descended upon easily by cultists. So I think the circling around, like I think I agree with Pax. I want to quietly like move on to find the other people around here.
We might not do anything tonight. We might just poke about. Maybe
Perhaps.
come back tomorrow and take care of business.
Okay.
I'd like to.
Who wants to go on this scouting expedition while Thymond maintains where you guys exited the forest? I see.
Is Osric still here? I'm at the boat, right?
No, you're
No, you
with them.
followed.
You're
Okay,
just
good.
in the back of the pack.
Yeah. Osric will stay in the back.
Okay.
This is
Then
still just
those-
not that great.
Who start scouting around, you will see, at least with Pax and his superior dark vision, will make out quite a bit more. There is indeed a farmhouse. It's more like a thatched hut, more so than a house with multiple rooms. You see a door, as well as a singular window. Its roof seems to be made out of some kind of straw or thatched roof. Even has a chimney, but it doesn't seem to be lit this late at night. No one's either inside of it, or those who are currently asleep. You also see a grody ass, honestly just a cesspit of a pond. You can smell it before you see it. As you get within maybe 150 feet of it, it's just this rank odor that is... it's indescribably foul. This house is southeastern, or positioned to the southeast of this great big tree, maybe 70-ish feet away from it.
Are there any clear windows that we see, like that could be peered into?
Yeah, there's one window that you can clearly see.
I suppose then that I would like to quietly pad up to it, or perhaps let someone else, but take a look in. See
Yeah.
if there are indeed people resting in this, or if it is a currently abandoned farmhouse.
Give me a stealth check for those who are going to this window.
I'll go with Belle.
Alrighty.
Osric
I'll
will keep
hold
look
a
out.
little bit back, yeah.
Alright.
Not gonna ruin their sneakiness.
A 12.
A 12 and a 21. That is a 16.5 average. Much like you, these people do have watches, but some of them, even then, their past perceptions are not that high. One, two, three, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. You will, with Pax, travel, Bell, getting closer and closer. You almost stumble and fall on a rather insidious-looking root that just sort of materializes before you that you had missed in the dark. But Pax, with his magic eye, sees it clearly, catches you by the arm to stop you from loudly falling down and alerting whoever might be inside watching. You pass a small wine press. This thing would be loaded up with some sort of fruit or berries, and then with a great twisting motion, continuously lower a wooden pallet-like thing downwards until all the juice is caught into a small vat, which funneled outward. You see some barrels, even, that have either been recycled or have been just picked up randomly. These casks, these barrels, these mismatching, clearly home brewed or homemade barrels, having no branding on them, or if they do, they are all mismatched. You walk up the small hill, very small, maybe like 5 feet from the rest of the ground that this house has been built upon, and will sneak towards the door and window to peer inside. You see that this hut slash house slash farm thing is very sparsely decorated. There seems to be bunk beds that have been pushed to the corners or sides of the circular room. You see a central fireplace slash cooking area with a great big chimney that sort of juts out through the thatch roofing. And you see a kitchen slash preparation area where there is a man glowering at a table that seems to be filled with sorts of maps, paperworks, and other documents, we'll call them.
Okay. So from our perspective, looking through the window, we only see this kind of kitchen area with the single man. And the rest of the space is like either out of our vision or like in a different room.
No, it's all one big room. You see all of this.
So there's only one person. There's not like, say, I don't know, 7 people in here.
If there are more people, they are either hidden under blankets on the bunk beds, or not here.
Okay. Very well. I guess I would really like to know how many we are dealing with. If there's just a single man looking at maps, Bell will retreat for now, knowing that there could be more elsewhere, and is going to look at that swampy, nasty water to see if there's anything remarkable that causes the stench, unless Pax has something he'd like to do to this man.
No, I think that we just look around. We might come back tomorrow night. I just want not to fuck up like I did last time.
You didn't fuck up. We learned everything we needed. You stopped a whole bunch of swindlers. Anyway, we'll work on your confidence. Yeah, I guess we have a whispered conversation. Go look at the...
You give him a small confidence boost as you retreat. No, you did fine. I
love it when we burn down heretics. This is my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we go. Or at least I want to go look at this pond and see if there's anything remarkable about it that makes it so stinky.
Give me perception checks, Mr. Bell. Or Miss Bell, excuse me. As well as you, Pax, if you wish.
Sure. Perception?
Auspicious.
Oh my goodness.
Oof.
I have a -3, 9.
It is very murky and gross looking. Maybe in the daytime you'll be able to see what is truly making this so foul and disgusting, but just getting close to it, the stench overrides your senses. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck? And the urge not to barf is overtaking your sensibilities.
I see. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted
And
to look
suddenly,
at what it says. No, sorry. I was trying to look at my spells, and then I clicked on that one by mistake. I'm just gonna like make everything super loud. Yeah, slam and shut. All right. I don't. My other stuff doesn't do anything here. Okay. I'm disappointed that I can't see more. I don't have like a glass vial or anything. I don't want to touch nasty water. That's gross. Somebody else can do that if they want. I will, I suppose, then retreat back because Jonal didn't come with us but was scouting. And then perhaps we will try to skirt, or at least I propose that we skirt around this farmhouse to see if there is more to this vineyard further down. Perhaps we might find the others. And if not, maybe go back to our dwarves and see what they think of all of our findings.
I will speed that part of your investigation along. There is very little else here. This Rudy land was once perhaps a attempt at a genuine vineyard that maybe a nobleman wanted to set up one day, but clearly gave up, and it has been moved into by these strange cultists.
Without signs of others, I think we'll make it back to Ostrich and Diamond and give them the download of what we found. I guess I'll ask if anything or anyone came by them in the night while we were doing our ninja, tactics out there.
No, it's been quiet. Too quiet.
How close are we to this nasty ass tree?
If you're back with Diamond, you are 200 feet from it.
200 feet. Anyone want to get a better look at this devil tree?
Sure. Are you sure we can't just burn this whole place down just like we did with the other one?
Well, if there's only a single person here, I wouldn't think it would be overly difficult to jump them. Or perhaps conflagrate this tree, but
I think there's almost certainly at least 4 people in there, right? It's night.
I was
They're
told
probably
that I
sleeping.
found one person. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you couldn't see into the beds, right? I think that was John's point.
There was a couple bunk beds we couldn't see into.
2 sets of bunk beds, so there's probably at least 4 people staying.
That's why he was so angry looking at the table, because he had nowhere to sleep.
Unless they're sharing the bunk beds.
They're doubled up. Oh, God.
Could be as many as 8 people in there.
Not 9, actually.
We can't
9,
leave
yeah.
that out. Yeah, there's a 9th one who is just an unfortunate 9th gear in the situation. You guys don't have that saying here? Okay.
I think the 9th gear. The 9th wheel. It's a 9-wheeler in there. There's an odd one out.
Oh
Gears. What is this wheel shit?
All right.
There's no wheels in this world.
All the wheels are made out of gears. Is that what we're saying?
No. I was just like, this is clearly a dwarf saying, and it's gears. Excuse you.
All right. I think. Unless you think it's a bad idea, I think before leaving or deciding to storm the place SEAL Team 6 style, I want to try to get close enough to this tree to see if I can determine that it is, in fact, our demon tree. I think it is for sure, but I want to, confirm and, get an idea of whether or not
Does it look very demon-y from here?
It looks quite sinister.
John has said that I have the ability to notice things with the vitae that the demons consume. And while I don't know if there's vitae in this world, like it would definitely potentially be something I could find, but I have to like be close enough to check it out.
Okay.
I don't know. I like positive confirmations.
Let's go.
Let's slowly creep closer to the tree to confirm.
That is
Simon,
my
are
plan.
you going with them as well?
I think we're all going.
I think we all carefully creep
I
towards.
am gonna let them go first and then follow behind like a little bit. So even if I'm caught, it's not resulting in all of us being found out.
Okay. Simon is quite conscious of how loud he is in chainmail armor. Which is quite considerate, by the way. Very nice of you, Simon. Jonal, same thing? Hanging out? Going with him?
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Alright. You all go forward, with Simon trailing in the back. And as you, Pax, get within 120 feet of this nasty-looking tree... Oh, Pax. Beautiful Pax. It's been a while since you've seen any sort of grisly scene such as this. Maybe back when the hobgoblin fear tactics would attack villages and mount the dead on buildings or poles or other sorts of grisly scenes. You see that there are dozens of desiccated corpses amongst the trunk and the roots of this tree. And although your teammates do not see it continuing to sneak up, getting closer and closer, you also see these great big plum-shaped orbs of fruit that have been gathered upon the lowest hanging branches. Pax, you were the first person to notice this.
I've seen everything I need to see, Belle. This is definitely your tree.
Oh?
There's corpses all over it, and large fruits on the lower branches and boughs.
Oh, well, if it produces our fruits, that's our tree.
Well, it's also covered in dead bodies and parts.
Well, I mean, any tree can be covered in dead bodies. Just gotta
That's
put
pretty
them
gross.
Okay. I'm just saying, this is the tree.
there. Excellent. Let's go back to everybody else. Decide if we're storming the place or not.
So we all turn and, like, give a warning hand to Thyme and, like, stop.
Alright. You all creep back to Thymond, unless curiosity makes Osric and Jonal wish to go forward. I see shaking
Alright.
of heads.
Well,
Seems like gross.
what do you think? Shall we storm the place and try to kill everyone crazy style, or shall we come back tomorrow or another night with a plan of some kind?
I still think we could just light the building on fire if that's where
I
everyone
think-
is.
I don't think we want to light the building on fire because we want to get proof from inside the building.
Do we need
Documents.
proof?
This
think-
is
Yes.
Belle's question to answer. I think this is.
Well,
I mean, we are working
I
for
don't
you.
need proof. My eyes are all I
Oh.
need, but
We don't need proof.
I think
then,
our poor friend Pax here might need something to bring back to the church.
we
That
have a
would
giant
help.
tree.
That would help,
I-
but we could, all 5 of us, storm the farmhouse and take care of them before we move on to a little bit of classic woodworking.
I'm a lady of action. I'm all too happy to help you storm the place.
We could bar
But
the
I'm-
door, and then prepare people next to the window in case someone tries to escape that way. And just burn it down.
They could be magic, Thymond. I think we get them while they sleep. Classic
Well,
counterspell, punch in mouth.
If we kick in the door, then they're gonna be awake anyways.
Oh, who said anything about kicking in the door? I can get
I
that
mean-
door open.
If you want, I can start you guys prepare next to the building. I can start chopping
Just-
them free, and if, when they run out, you take them off like flies.
Unless there's
So-
like another secret area that we don't know about, they just go into.
My one
Yeah.
worry is that something's going to happen near this tree if we're all at the house.
What?
Did anyone get close enough to see the tree up close?
I saw
would-
bodies hanging from it and fruit, the matching sort of fruit. I think we
What's the
take
tree
care
gonna
of
do?
the human element before we take care of the tree element or the people element.
If we want to storm the house, we'll storm the house.
Yeah, and I feel like if Garcia's backing us up on this, Garcia can also back you up with the church packs and just.
Yeah. So
I
let's
think-
make a plan. Plan is we carefully break into the house and take them while they're asleep. Survivors, sure. And once that's done and we've secured the place, then we do what we need to the tree. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
I think that
I like everything you said except one thing. In town, they had rubes, people working for them that didn't understand. If you step foot on this island, you see that tree and the fruit it comes from. They're part of it. No survivors.
Works for me.
Was that? I don't know if that was a question.
Red, can you
Really
move your
excited.
microphone closer to your mouth?
What?
Who?
Red,
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
thank you. You
So-
were cutting in and out.
Oh, that's my bad. So, I think we have Pax and Jonal near the window where they can shoot inside and take cover. And we have me and Ulrich get into the door and start to brute force our way through.
Well, that's assuming everything goes according to plan.
Nothing
Most
ever
things
goes
don't.
according to plan.
It'll probably turn into an all-out brawl the second you get close to that farmhouse, you loud little dwarf. So, I think we have a plan, and we do our best.
Do you think one of you could goad the awake person outside?
Oh, he's at the table inside, middle of the room.
I could
He's
deal
proud.
with him.
I mean, he's
Oh,
gonna have to
okay.
go to the restroom at some point. Is there an outhouse anywhere nearby?
Looking at the way this place is, it's probably a bucket under that table in the middle of the room.
Could also
Like,
be that.
You're being optimistic about these people's hygiene.
Could
You
be
didn't
that
see that
pond.
swamp. I didn't see that swamp. I smelled it, though. That's probably where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we break? 3, 2, 1, double D's?
So what I heard is burn this place down.
I mean, if
Sounds
plan
like
A...
what's
Go ahead.
I don't know. Go. I mean, it sounds like what you were proposing. Storm the place, burn them down.
I meant just kill everyone.
Oh yeah.
And-
that too.
Plan B for burn it down. Plan A, assassinate. Plan B, burn it down. Plan
I like
C,
it.
cut and run.
There we go.
I like it.
Straightforward.
Alphabetized.
Okay. It sounds like we have a plan for once. Good job. First off, next week we will find out if you can materialize that plan. And hopefully, no bad things will happen, right, guys? What's the worst that can happen, right?
Everything always goes to plan, John.
Huge tree
Yeah.
explosion
I'll be right back.
destroys half the continent.
How dare he leave? Why is he leaving? We're doing XP and reputation now because we only have 10 minutes left. Guys, good job. I've already given Osric a point of charity for staying behind to help the house fire, and also getting a little bit of a eating competition reward in place of hero of the city thing. I will do some experience. We finished out the combat encounter, so I need to calculate all that. 12 civilians, plus an acolyte, plus a cultist, plus a thug. RP, great as always. We've basically solved the quest, but we
One step away.
we're one step away from solving the quest. And then we
I'm back. Sorry about that. My cat was hollering.
Good. We're doing experience and reputation. If you guys want to check that reputation and argue for anything, or to claim it, feel free, and then we will discuss.
I think we'll have to see how next week goes for cohesion.
True.
Was anyone greedy? No. I would say Belle's quite reliable with her spiritualist she was able to wrangle up, and her questions.
I can't claim a point of that. That's just that came with my starting kit basically for the character, right? To make sure the party could be bought into the quest, right? Live like kidnapping, killing, whatever, right? We could
Is torture or dumping living people into a river cruel? Who knows?
Or reliable.
Ooh.
No. Definitely.
Yeah.
Is it cruel? Maybe.
It would, if they... So this reputation is what people think of your party. Is it cruel to... Yeah, well, yeah, of course it is. For sure. But
do they know?
But does anyone know is the real question. I think your party might have suspicions that Osric is a cold-blooded murderer, and that's why you keep him around in the first place.
Clean conscience.
But I think you've given yourself enough probable doubt that, who knows, maybe Osric didn't throw a bound and tied unconscious man into the river.
With the
Possible
rock.
deniability. Number one trait of a
Don't forget about the rock.
adventurer.
Yeah, the rock.
Well, we didn't do a lot of publicity this session. Osric did, but Osric already got
Welcome.
some charity for that.
For
Exactly.
sure.
How can Osric be cruel when he was shared?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
Funny how often those go hand in hand, Osric.
Who here likes money?
Right here.
So what if like next session, after we wrap all this up, there was like a plan to storm a safe house full of halflings and rob them blind and slaughter all the survivors?
So upset
I'm
about
all in. I'm all
about
in.
losing
Let's rob
your
the
money.
mafia.
for the second time, Red. I don't know why you thought it would go differently the second time.
This is kind
Well,
of
it's
what
quite
Pax
simple.
does, though, right? He does.
We're
I do anything for money.
look, I'm an honest gambler. I've never cheated. And if you cheat in gambling against me, retribution.
Who's you, Red?
Me, Simon Huthguck.
When
Professional
John
gambler.
cheats red, there will be
That's what the
retribution.
sounds like.
I'm going to be slaughtering multiple halflings.
At some
Wait,
point,
wait,
you
wait.
have to learn a lesson.
You didn't say kill, you said rob. I'm down to rob them.
Yeah, no, we're robbing them.
Of
And
their
they might
lives.
also die.
Alrighty. Everybody, please take home 470 experience.
Wow.
For those of you wanting the breakdown, it was 70 for combat, because that combat was not nearly as challenging as it probably should have been for your character levels, but who gives a shit? Next up is roleplay. Quest will be delivered next week, provided we all survive this next encounter. And our relationship with Garcia Increnzo is fantastic. Jonal and Bell both know this guy. And the double Ds have been recorded as adventurers dealing with a demon infestation.
God, I hate that that's the name you got.
Look, it has so many meanings. Drunk dwarves, demon destroyers.
Disciples of discipline.
There's so many ways we can use it.
If you say
Daggers
so.
in the dark.
Yeah.
Death and destruction.
Death and destruction. There's all sorts of little meanings for your name. But the people at Crenzo will be happy to be rid of this place. The church, for instance, will be happy that Pax actually paid his deal and won't secretly blacklist him from all of the temples everywhere on this river, who they're all interconnected with.
Damn.
Deadly Dumb Fucks is my personal favorite. Thank you, Soul Crusher.
That's the most accurate one.
I
Thanks.
know.
Alrighty, did anybody level up from that 470?
Gonna be a while, John.
Alright. That's right, we're heading for 5th level for most of you guys.
Yeah, it's like
I
another
think we're,
3,000 experience.
Eesh.
I think we're all 4th level right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, I am still
Oh.
3rd level.
No, you're.
Oh yeah, sorry.
brand new
Nope, all of
character.
us are 4th level.
All of us.
Wow.
Correct. All of the double D's are 4th level.
The double D is a
Your
4th
employer
level
is
part.
3rd level.
Oh my god. Hey, it's Bell and the double D's.
That's a really good band name.
That is
Great
actually.
band name.
That's a really good band name for you
All
to
of us
come
need to start
out
picking up
and
an
for
instrument.
these like
Great
fucking
cover.
dudes to come out after you.
I think people will one day try to hunt down Belle, and then they won't find her because they're like, no, she's too flat chested. It's not her.
Yeah.
I do like that though. Given the chance to introduce us as a group, I do think I want to call it Bell and the Double D.
I think that's pretty peak. That's pretty good.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope you had fun this week. Next week, we will take on this great big demon tree.
Ooh.
I was trying to figure out a joke there, but it's all over. We'll see ya.
Mhm.
Say bye.
Next
Take
week,
on
Bell and
your
the double
big
D's
demon
take
tree.
out the wood.
In
I
the
hate you.
morning.
I hate you. Peace out, everyone. Woo!